Yo, even my phone is not believing this right now. My phone ain't believing it, so my phone's fighting against me. Yo, so y'all know, recently, hot off the press, brand new. Shout out to the commenter that sent me this. They are accusing Tankhead, dropping his real name, and I'm not going to because you're innocent until proven guilty, of the shooting that occurred at Miami University. They're trying to say he shot a football player, okay? Now, I need to look into it more because the football player they named, I also found some stuff on, and it wasn't savory things. So I gotta confirm whether this happened or not. But police have currently arrested Tankhead, who we know to be the right hand man of Tentacion, for a campus shooting on Miami University. I don't think he would have been involved if it was innocent. I don't think it was him terrorizing somebody. Let's think about it. We've seen him speak, we've seen him stand for justice. So I don't want people condemning him before you get the evidence. So to the people here, especially that rock with me, I don't want y'all talking crazy, condemning him, because we know when people get arrested for certain things, they make you look crazy. But we don't know if he was in danger as well. They're not going to go into that detail until they do it. They're just going to name who the deceased is. So let's first see how the story unveils itself. We do not know this to be that he was an assaulter because I just want to see the details. I'm from what I'm seeing, I think it was equal grounds. He stood his ground. He won the situation. We don't see too much of this going on around him. And we don't see him involved in too much. Actually, when people speak to him, he's a very humble person. I don't know where this came from. You know, I hope it comes out that it wasn't this way, because out of all the musical talents dealing with MO, he was one of the most promising. I'm being honest. So I do not want to believe this, that he just went off and did something like this. I don't want to believe it. I want to have more respect in his character. I want to know that he was defending himself, like this guy was coming for him. Because I see some other pictures. I don't know if I seen these other pictures, I wouldn't think that's a person playing football. I would definitely think that's someone who's involved in some stuff, by my opinion, from seeing the other pictures. You know, stunted out cars, stunted out stuff. It didn't look like a university student. Me being and having been a university student. So I just want to get that out there. But there's a reason I'm more mad, and I'll go into it surrounding this. I'm more mad because I know for a fact how certain rituals and stuff work around a person. We already revealed that there's someone who does rituals around their friends. I seen who he was hanging out with, okay? If that makes any sense. So I think there's more to this story. I don't believe it's cut and dry. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think this is a cut and dry story. Oh, he went on a campus and started. Nah, can't get me like that. You can't get me that way. And respect the Tankhead's family. Hold y'all heads up. Because he was the only one during X's situation to stand up and address it. Why? Why is it that everybody else is so funny style around people who are authentic like that? I don't understand it. Everything else is so funny style. I don't believe he just went off on a hinge and attacked this dude and offed him. I don't believe that. The story, the news, again, we're going to get at y'all. I'm going to go piece by piece. Nah, man. I'm not accepting that yet. Give me the proof. He had too much to grind for to make a decision like that and just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do." I don't call it. And here's the thing: dealing with the situation, there has to be someone who witnessed it that even named him, and we don't know these people to be true. And more than likely, it was the friends and stuff around it, but we don't know what he said. He could have hit Tankhead up in a message like, "Yeah, you this," saying all types of stuff to him. We see this normally. because he minds his business for the most part. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it right now. And I don't want no one condemning him or saying anything disrespectful on my videos until we know for sure what happened. Don't sit there saying, oh, he's dead. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it here. I'm telling you now, don't do it here. Don't disrespect us like that. Don't disrespect the channel. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And if we do find out he's not really guilty of it and he was defending himself, we will participate in any motion to make sure that he does get the justice, because just because the other person deceased does not mean they weren't the aggressor. Keep that in mind. He could have been defending himself. Again, stay objective. All right, this was a check-in. I'll be going live about it in another time. When I do these lives and you see it's not in landscape format, this is just a briefing. But you've heard it here, fresh off the press. They are accusing Tankhead by his real name, his government name, of being involved in having slain this football player on their team. I don't know what was involved. He could have went and violated him for no reason, and he defended himself. We don't know. And Miami has a stand your ground law. Remember, George Zimmerman got off for shooting an unarmed boy with candy in his hand. Be smart. And that's why I say to take his family, yo, get him a good lawyer. If it's stand your ground law, that changes everything. They utilized it in every scenario, calling black men, oh, because the races were different. No, this could be no different. He could have been attacked. This is a football player. He could have ran down and started trying to wail on him, pushed him or something, and he defended himself. We don't know the story yet, but we know in Florida, stand your ground law is a real law. So let's look into it. Stay objective. Don't sit there accusing him. Stay objective. If you stood by and you shut your mouth during the George Zimmerman thing, shut your mouth now. Look into the evidence and be open to it. Don't sit there accusing him of nothing. I'm really not for it. And I'm not trying to hear that. If he stood his ground, he stood his ground. We don't know if he grouped up on him. We don't know how it happened. So before we get the information, be open-minded. People already making comments on the news thing. Don't worry, we're going to get at them. Don't worry. But stay open-minded. It doesn't mean he's guilty, okay? Keep that in mind. If George Zimmerman walked on a case by shooting an underage boy with Skittles in his hand and a soda, I don't want to hear y'all saying nothing, because I don't think, from knowing his character, he would do something like this if it wasn't a dire strain. I don't believe it. I don't believe he just rode up and did it. That's not the style he uses. That's not his style. He defends himself. It's not his style. So stay open-minded. Just because it said all they're accusing him, they're naming him as the son. That doesn't mean he did it. Just did it. Okay? So keep your mind open. I don't believe that. Not to date. Not how he moves, man. All rights reserved. I'll get back with everybody.